Hello there. In this video, I'm going to do the second gear lockup mod to this 47RE valve body. This lockup mod is the same between the 47RH and 47RE, and it is the same regardless of year. The 48REs already have second gear lockup to the best of my knowledge, and this may work on the 46RE and RH models as well. I believe they use the same valve body. The subject in point here is a modified Suncoast forward manual valve body 47RE, so it's got some lockout plates on it, but otherwise the construction is the same and everything else will interchange with your valve body. I'm going to assume you already have your valve body out, and I'm not going to show you about pulling that. We're just going to do the mod today. And if you have it on the bench here and you haven't already put a shift kit through it, like a TF OD HD2 kit from Transgo or a TF OD3, which you should also check my video on that if you haven't done that as well, or you're just curious. Check that out. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. And without any further blabbing here, let's get to work. Okay, so top of the valve body, here's where you're looking at it. Pick it up, flip it upside down. Now it's already missing some screws because my camera stopped recording, and also for expediency as well. So there's a series of Torx T25 screws all along this, so you're going to want to remove those. And then there's 3 right here by this external rod or tube, and you're going to want to bend these metal flats down and then remove the 2. With the metal flats bent down, you can then take off this rod, set it aside. That. And there's also some screws that are a different length as well that you have to take note of. Like there's this one right here. He's just a little bit shorter than the other guys, and then there's this guy, which I believe he's down here and kind of the side there. It helps us remove those 2. I would not, there's a 3rd one on the bottom. I would not remove it, as it kind of makes this thing a pain to put back together because it's spring loaded behind here. If you are doing this and you haven't already, this little screw right here, you can turn it in to add more line pressure at idle. So I would suggest looking at my video for when I do a TF OD3 on how much I set that to if you are doing a valve body shift kit. Anyways, I'm going to take this off now, turn it slightly, pull off like that, and then flip it upside down. You can pretty much leave everything here as is. You don't got to touch it. Now I have marked out the passage you have to add JB Weld to, and it's this one right here. So you're going to add it in between this spot. So I'm going to go mix them up, put it in there, and it's as simple as that. So I've got my JB Weld mixed up. It's just a standard JB Weld, just 2 separate bottles. If you've never used this stuff before, you got to keep them separated. Do not mix these caps up. Do not transfer anything over. Just mix 2 nice even amounts separately, and you'll get this nice gray smudge here. Mix it up, and then try not to get it anywhere else. Just kind of lightly pack it in this passage here. Don't worry if it goes over the sides. We're gonna shave it down later after it dries, and I'll leave it to dry overnight. Sometimes I think it dries relatively quick though, like maybe an hour or 2 or something like that. But I like to leave it to dry overnight, just so I know that it's fully cured the whole way through. Then you can pack it down too, because you can have a puffle fill it. We're doing it in this passage right here, as there is a valve spring there. You want to get that thing up. It's not a lot, just that. Make sure you clean off whatever utensil you've used, because otherwise this shit ain't coming off. It works really good. And just a close-up. Just kind of got a heaping over the top, and make sure it's fully encompassed kind of down in there. And then yeah, let it dry overnight, and we'll come back to it and shave it down. All right, it's the next day and we are back. The JB weld is fully dried and we have our little dam made in there. I'm gonna take this razor blade and just shave it down. Gotta kind of be careful you don't get in the valves here. I think I'll probably shave it this way because there's nothing really in this passage. And then just make sure you don't, you try and get it as flat as possible, because if you go at an angle, you can gall these surfaces and possibly get some fluid loss. Looks pretty good. Oh, focus. Pretty good. Looks like it kind of settled down a little bit of a low spot there. I think that's just a low spot there. I'm going to take some sandpaper and sand it down so it's nice and flat, but it should be fine. I'm just looking at the separator plate here and where the passages are, and to be honest, I've got no idea how this allows you to have second gear lockup. Like, it doesn't really seem like there's any fluid that even goes in that passage area. It just... That's what I've seen online, that's what I've done, and that's what gets you second gear lockup. It doesn't really make sense to me, but if that's what it does, then that's how it is. I'm going to place the valve body back together. In the event that you move some things, just take note that there's a little metal ball in here that can fall out if you place it upside down by chance. Yeah, plate goes like that. Then there is a... In this middle bottom plate, there's a inlet filter. You want to make sure that's lined up. Kind of got to slide underneath like that, and then kind of got all three pieces together here. Just do your best to line it all up. It's going to take me a couple seconds, and when you're all done, make sure you torque everything down. The torque spec on this is 12 inch-pounds, so I'm just doing 5 foot-pounds, as that's what my torque wrench can just barely do here. And just be really careful. It's not a lot. Might be better just to get a smaller torque wrench that's a little bit more accurate, but just kind of being careful with this. So if you did everything correctly, there should be no leftover screws, and it should be all together here. That's the hardest part about all this is going to be putting that stupid park rod in. If you know, you know. It sucks to do. Best of luck to you. Anyways, hope you enjoy your second gear lockup. If you're interested in any other sort of manual valve body related content, I'm working on a couple videos kind of showing how it drives, how it shifts. Even this doesn't need to be a manual valve body to have second gear lockup and have some fun with it. Yeah, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see, topics you'd like to cover. I kind of just do videos as I do things through my day-to-day tasks, so I figured this would be a good topic to cover. Without further rambling, please consider subscribing to the channel, and thanks for watching the video. See you later.